Hi, I was assigned topic B, why is good architecture often underprovided, and what are some solutions to increase the supply of good architecture? So, beautiful architecture is often underprovided because it is a public good, meaning it's non-excludable and a non-arrival in consumption. So, being non-excludable, you can't really stop people from using it. For example, you can't stop people from looking at a building, and no matter how many people look at the building, its value to each individual doesn't change. Therefore, it's non-arrival in consumption. So, possible ways that we can incentivize people to produce beautiful architecture is the implementation of a beauty subsidy, in which governments would help pay for buildings that are deemed beautiful and a positive thing for society. Examples of this are the new art gallery in Edmonton. It's quite a beautiful building, and the government put a lot of money in to build it. And the new museum. Both of them were partially government funded, so that's kind of like a subsidy. And this would increase supply to the socially optimal amount because it would close the gap between the two curves of private value and social value. Another way that we could increase the supply of good architecture is by decreasing the supply of bad architecture. So if we implemented an eyesore tax in which buildings that diminish the value of surrounding property or just the value to people were taxed, this would decrease the amount of bad architecture produced because people wouldn't want to pay the tax, so they would pay the amount to produce good architecture instead, therefore leading to the production of good architecture because they want to avoid the tax. Examples of buildings that should have to pay this tax are the Humanities building at the U of A. It's quite ugly, and I personally think it should be taxed. And honestly, any building that could be described as brutist should have to pay the tax. So yeah, the main reason why good architecture is underprovided is because it's a public good. And because it's a public good, there's no public and private investors can't really recoup the cost from providing good architecture. So that's where a subsidy comes in. And if we implemented a tax on bad architecture, no one would want to produce bad architecture. So that's my project. Thank you very much for watching.